We just had supper and then
It was our Christmas. Christmas was come and gone, but this time.
Christmas was in the airport.
Did we even celebrate the birth of Christ?
Okay.
Hello.
and welcome back to our channel. I'm Gugu,
I'm the lady.
and together we're known as the
MavMags.
MavMags. And today, the MavMags take on
Vietnam.
after we fought
Tooth and nail.
to get here. Now, if you're very confused what we're talking about, that means you have not watched our story time. Hello.
Like it's right there. It's right there.
Please go ahead and give that a watch. Like we said, we went to Ho Chi Minh City, and that means we're at the Tan Son Nhat airport.
Yeah.
When we got there, the official who was helping us with our visas, he had his sign waiting for us.
It had our names on it. We felt so special. And then he was like, come with me, follow close.
Listen, so he had our visas printed, and then like he had to do like a visa handover verification
Yes,
thing.
so we signed a piece of paper.
And then we like took a selfie with
Yes, that was so weird. I
So we,
forgot
like,
about that.
delivered. Tan Son Nhat airport is infamous for its
queues.
There's no queue. I've never seen queues like that.
And we've seen immigration queues, let me tell you. But that one.
No, that one was very hectic. But with the emergency visa service, he literally like took us basically to the front.
To like VIP queuing. However, that VIP.
It's not VIP because you're still with everyone. You
No.
just, all you do is like, he speaks to the fish and he's like, yeah, you know me.
These are my people.
These are my people. My people through. That guy, he saw us. He's like, these are my people. And the guy was like, sharp. And
then he left.
Then like he does his things, goes, opens the queue, controls the queue, and then he let us in. And then we were at, we went through immigration. But otherwise, that would have taken hours. So if you do not have such an arrangement, I would definitely suggest do not book any activities for the day you arrive if they like close. Anyway, so then we went through immigration, and it was so strange. The airport like shelves and stuff were like empty.
Oh yes.
Like you go on the other side and you expect
duty free was completely empty.
You know, because sometimes we like to grab a few things. We had no specific plans to do anything, so there's nothing where we're like, oh no, we'll grab it at the airports on the side.
Nothing.
Otherwise, that would have been a situation. Because guys, when we say empty,
there's nothing there.
Empty.
Couldn't buy sweets, couldn't buy fruits, couldn't buy perfume. It was empty.
And why? So why were they there? You know, employers, why must the person stand there when the shelf is empty? Like there's nothing for me to sell.
They're still getting paid, ain't it?
So from the airport, we grabbed a grab.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I dropped us off at our hotel. And I think our first thing will obviously like freshen up, we changed, get our bearings, take a little walk,
see what's in the area. So we want to know, you know, what does it look like in the day and in the night? Can we walk there safely? Which is quite important to us as two women traveling. And yeah, it was fine.
So we went to this American diner, and it was our first interaction with like actually buying stuff and seeing the pricing. I mean, I knew this was gonna be a situation, but like seeing it in real life is different. So I had a cider, and it was 70,000 Vietnamese dong. And I'm like, yo, I need to leave conversions in this country.
No!
I'm that person. I want to know how many rands. Here, I was just like, listen, I need to let that go because how am I gonna do 70,000?
No, we have to. I was a calculator girl.
And then after supper, we just went to our closest 7-Eleven, which is about a few minutes from our hotel, and just got some few snacks for 80,000.
Which is
Vietnamese dong.
Which means it's kind of like actually.
The last time me and you did this, it didn't work out.
No, listen.
Probably about 70 rand, I want to say.
Oh,
but
We can calculate now. We're older, we're better, we're stronger. We're grown.
This is Vienna flavor.
Thank you. I mean,
yeah. And then that was the night. So we went back to our hotel and called it a day. We had plans for
the next morning.
So we just wanted to just rest after the long 2-day plane trip to get there. So
felt like 3 days with the events that transpired before, but yeah.
But yeah, and then we slept. And then it's day 2. Day 2 was the War Museum.
First of all, you're in the queue, and even before you go inside, you can see helicopters and planes that were used during the wartime, just sitting there waiting for you to come and explore, come and see. And the line, actually, when we arrived in the Grab, the line was going around the block. And again, we didn't book tickets beforehand because we figured it's not peak time, but it is a busy time. But we would be fine if we just get there and just stand in the line and then go to the museum as we arrive. And we could.
It's a very popular attraction, and it's good reason.
Rightfully so,
It's very, very detailed. Because we all know the Vietnam War was a very interesting and like historically different war in the scheme of all the wars of the world.
And fun fact, in Vietnam they call it the American War.
Yes, it is not the Vietnamese War in Ho Chi Minh City.
It is the American War.
In that museum, you really get to see the start and end of the Vietnam/American War. The invasion, how the Vietnamese like fought back. But my favorite parts, which I've actually never seen in any other museum before, was how they really highlighted their journalists. I mean, there's always press. I feel like they don't get recognition. For me, it was the first time that the press are honored, and given their props, because it's not often that you get to see the journalists and their stories. I mean, they had a whole section of like prominent journalists and like journalists who lost their lives, by the way. But also you could see like their photos, the photos they took were just so beautiful. And like, you don't think that in a war, but just I think those are the type of people who inform the public about what's going on
and send objective photos. So you, as a person on either side of the war, you can make up your mind about what you're seeing.
It was just a beautiful honoring of journalists and the sacrifices they also made.
Yes.
To get people's stories out, because war's not just about the soldiers, right? It's about the people and the soldiers, but just
people,
everyday
family,
people affected by this. And they just showed so many different angles, and it was just such a beautiful art gallery section with their best work and how they got there, where they're from.
And in one of the photos you could actually see where somebody had shot at a photojournalist and the bullet was lodged in the camera.
Yeah, there was that guy where his camera actually protected him, which is absolutely crazy. Guys, for me, I've always said this, I've said this. Any job that needs me
to
put on a vest
and go into danger,
I can't. So I really appreciative and grateful to the people who do. But I mean, we spent hours, I think. It even closed.
While we were looking,
because I think we arrived like late morning.
So stood in the line maybe 10:30, got in there at past 11. Wear comfortable shoes, because let me tell you something.
You are going to be walking.
We didn't have a tour guide when we got there. I think there are options for that. But what we opted for was a self-guided tour, because we like to take our time.
Yeah, I don't like going with other people.
A group, The self-guided tours work for us because we can sit and take it all in the way that we want to.
Here, it would just be like everything was numbered. So when you want to hear about what you're standing on, you press the corresponding number.
Yes.
And you can listen and like go through the tour. But it was absolutely amazing. So there's two sides. There's the outside with like the artillery, but there's also outside also includes a prisoner section and how the prison conditions were. It was just all about the conditions in the prison, everything that happened. So they also had like a demonstration of the tiger cages.
Those were really tough to
and
see.
Like how they were kept in those conditions. Like it was, guys, you need a lot of time. Like I would suggest that you don't, if you do go to the War Museum, try not to book another activity after, because it was heavy, but they tell the story so well. And yeah, that was it for the War Museum. We literally spent the whole day there, and then we went home. But because of the walk we had done yesterday, we had seen a Japanese restaurant. Some of the best sushi we done ever had in our lives.
I still think about the oyster that I had. The people were lovely. They didn't speak a lot of English, but they were really patient and trying to understand what we needed, what we were allergic to, and what our preferences were. And so we ended up having a great time despite the language barrier. So 10 out of 10 experience.
Oh, that was amazing. Yeah. Like it was just a vibe. And then we obviously walked home. So we've always wanted to go to Vietnam ever since, I don't know if you remember this conversation with Zama. So Zama and Samai went.
Yes.
And like, you know, I mean, Asia is
that's our home. That's our home base. If we're gonna go away, we're gonna start with Asia.
But then she's like, you can go into the tunnels and see and you know, I'm a war girly. I'm like,
can you see? You can't even see. She's wearing camouflage today. She's a war girl.
That is not on purpose.
I'm just saying. As soon as I saw it, I said, okay, come on, soldier.
On day 3, we had a very early morning, and we had booked a tour to go visit the Chi tunnels. That was a ride. Like, was that 2 hours away?
I think so, yeah. It was quite a long run.
So we woke up in the morning, we grabbed a Grab to go to our meeting point, and then they picked us up there, and then we went to the tunnels, which was also amazing. And Zama was talking about
so good.
She was like, no, you get to go in the tunnels and like see how they fought and like experience what they experienced.
She was explaining it to me. I'm like, I hear what you're saying, but there ain't no way the tunnels still exist and we can go in there and experience life as a Vietnamese person during that time. I can't believe people lived in there.
We learned so much.
Oh my goodness.
How they built the tunnels to keep them safe. They'd lived there for months. By the way, this was a guided tour.
Yeah, and it needed to be. Don't try and go there by yourself. It's not going to have the same effect. In the earlier parts, before the war became as intense as it was, the farmers had bunkers that they had in their homes, and they would hide there during times of when, you know, artillery would come down and they felt like they were in danger. And then they realized that they actually needed to build tunnels to be able to go deeper in, maybe go to other bunkers, things of that nature. And then as the war progressed, they actually built these tunnels where people would live in
and also like interconnect. Yeah, but I think the difference with the Vietnamese/American War was that the people who were resisting were ordinary people. They became soldiers.
Yes.
Like the ordinary, like farmer, house worker, like they were very moved to protect their country, and they joined the fighting. And I think also my favorite part of the tunnels was the involvement of the women.
They actually had a uniform that they would wear.
There's different uniforms. Like there's a day uniform, there's a night uniform. And they just showed how all their traps, how to make the traps, because they did not have a lot of firepower. So that war they won with, like, you know, guerrilla tactics, where it was just hiding in plain sight
and using the nature that was around them.
It's kind of like a death of thousand cuts. So we did have the opportunity after the tour to like go into the tunnels. I did maybe two tunnels, 3, 2. Like you can do quite a few, but like it was Guys, they are tiny. Mind you, I'm saying they're tiny and they were not even the actual size. That section of tunnel has been made bigger to accommodate like a typical tourist, like an average tourist.
Yes.
So they were even smaller than that.
They were living off the land, so they were a lot smaller than we are. So the tunnels that
even they are.
Then
now.
yes, exactly. Yeah. So we were like really folding ourselves to get into the tunnels, but this is how people were living with torches and just staying there for hours at a time. We could barely spend like 20 minutes under there.
22. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, that lady went in like the little, like the trap.
Yes.
I could not. I'm like,
I had to.
Let me take a video. You know, that person. There's a lot of times in life I'm like, I'll carry the bags. This was one of the moments.
This was one of those times. I did get a little bit lost trying to get out.
Really?
Yes, because I was like, oh, this is an interesting bunker, but it was a dead end. So then I went into another one, it was another dead end. And then so it took me, that's why the guy was like, my friend, are you okay? I wasn't okay.
You didn't seem to take long for me.
It took longer than usual, but I was just like, okay, people were living in this little space, okay. They give you a number of opportunities to go under. Some are like a 2-minute run underground.
Of course, I did the shortest. No, but I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
You were just like, yeah.
What was also extremely interesting was that they made shoes such that it looked like the footsteps were going in a particular direction.
You know, the shoes were kind of like the wrong way around.
Yes.
Their sandals were like the wrong way around. So when you were
walking forward, it looked like you're walking towards something.
And that was one of the techniques or tactics they used to like fool the other side, the enemy.
That was so cool. And they also would, if a landmine wouldn't go off, they would take it
and use it for their offense to build like
something to be able to defend themselves.
And that was day 3.
So we had initially planned to watch the AO show.
I was so excited, and we went to the theater.
We even had outfits planned, darling.
We're literally on our flights going into Vietnam. Circumstances outside of their control. They had to cancel the show and asked to rebook us for different dates. Unfortunately, when we could go, it was the night, like it was the day we were leaving. So then they ended up refunding us, but I didn't want a refund. I wanted to be able to go to the show. On day 4, this was a free day. We had nothing booked. So we went to the cafe apartment. Which is just basically a whole apartment building of just cafes or restaurants or shops.
So Google said we're going to stop at every floor.
I was like, let's explore. Let's see what every floor has to offer.
But you can't do it with an elevator. So every floor, we took the stairs to every floor.
You need to get your steps in.
No, we got our steps in getting there, my girl.
I'm irritating, I know. I need to see everything and then decide.
She said it, I haven't said it.
So this is us. We're going to each floor. We're so excited. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. We finally decide, okay, this is the place we're going. Like, we've been through this whole entire building.
We're aligned.
This is the place we're going.
This place has
decided, we've
adjudicated. Yes.
This is the place we're going. So, like, we walk in there and as we open the door, guys, is there not a rat? I didn't catch it on film. Literally right before
I stopped. Right after I stopped.
I think you stopped because you were shocked. Because there was a big giant rat that ran in front of us. The way we just
closed the door. And we were like,
You know what? Let's just go to McDonald's.
It's also one of our traditions, to be fair. We try to have McDonald's in every city. Don't ask me why, don't ask Google why. It's just something that we do.
So we're like, okay, McDonald's it is.
Yeah, no. And it was quite an enjoyable
It
meal. We
was
were on a
good.
rooftop still.
Yeah,
Then
it
we
was
went
good.
to a market after. Did some window shopping, did a little bit of shopping.
Yeah, and then it was our last day in Vietnam, but Vietnam was absolutely amazing. The next day we had to check out and go to the airport with a very early flight.
Yeah.
But like once again, the airport was absolutely ridiculous. To the point where the lines are like insane, and because we knew we had done our research beforehand, we're like, okay, this is not your typical 3 hours before. You need to get there like 5 hours before.
Did we do 4 or 5?
We did 5
You
hours
said
before.
5, hey. And I was like, listen, I'm with you.
And then it was it. That was the end of our trip, and we had to go. We had a flight the next day to a destination you will find out on the next video.
But thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.